The future starts here, more specifically at London's Victoria and Albert Museum. I've come to an exhibition that hopes to make us think about how we want to live our lives in the future. There are over 100 items on display, a lot of them we've seen on the show before, but here they're presented in a different light, in a somewhat unsettling one. Here is an immersive dome, a reminder of how our lifestyles are poisoning the earth. Well, it's not every day you see an artificially intelligent sandpit, and it really is quite compelling to play with. Okay, so there's some more water. The creators have extracted topography data from thousands of satellite images and fed that into a neural network to create this interactive display. As I dig deeper, the land level drops and it turns to sea, or if I pile up the sand, it transforms into green mountains. This is the future that I could enjoy, a bot that's doing the laundry. Admittedly, Bret here is a little bit slow. It currently takes 10 minutes to fold a towel, but that shows just how difficult it is to teach a robot mundane jobs. And in fact, he does learn through trial and error, so the more he keeps doing that, the quicker this is all going to become. That may take Bret some time. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the V&A Museum, they're facing a challenge almost as complex. There are more than 2 million works of art here, the largest collection of decorative art and design anywhere in the world. And as with any museum, they want to check that hiding amongst them aren't any fakes or forgeries. Telling an original from the real deal is not simple, but as Jeff White found out in Prague, technology is making the process easier.
A room full of Rubens at Prague's National Gallery. Even the untrained eye can tell the work of a master, but it's not always easy. Recent forgery scandals have got the art world in a spin. Question is, up close and personal, could you spot the imposter? The National Gallery up there has a team of people whose job it is to make sure the works on display are the real deal. All the big art institutions do, but it doesn't always work. Some of the world's greatest galleries have been caught out by the forgers. Can technology help? Here in Prague, they're using space industry tech to see if it can spot a fake. This Prague startup has got a challenge for you. Which ones are the fakes? This, for example, looks like an Edvard Munch. If so, Conservator jury is handling millions of pounds. The truth will be revealed when it goes in the scanner.
So on this side we have an X-ray tube, which emits X-rays.
It's not emitting X-rays at the moment.
Of course, this is switched off.
But on the other side, super sensitive detectors, first developed at CERN, the world's largest particle physics lab.
It's a new generation of X-ray imaging detectors that allow measuring also wavelength of X-rays. So in a way we can create color X-ray images.
And those colours reveal layers and even ingredients of the paint. Sometimes ingredients way too modern for the alleged artist.
And we can also distinguish different materials which may or may not be from the period the painting is supposed to be from.
And with robotic arms, they're hoping to scan more than just paintings. Sculptures, pottery, even entire pieces of furniture. What about that Edvard Munch? After a few hours scanning, the moment of truth. The X-rays revealed a hidden secret.
Hang on, if you see...
What do you see?
That's a vase of flowers, isn't it?
Munch rarely did flowers, and the scans showed titanium in the paint. Munch didn't use that.
So whoever's got this hasn't got an Edvard Munch on their hands. Have you told him? Does he know?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
But jury thinks he has found a genuine work, and it's potentially a very, very big deal. This looks like a Vincent van Gogh landscape. It's from a private collection. You're seeing it for the first time. And the scan has revealed a vital piece of hidden evidence.
So there is a head.
Oh, there's the head,
There are
okay.
shoulders, the hands and legs here.
Wow.
It's an unfinished female nude of exactly the type Van Gogh painted. The artist was frequently so poor he reused canvases. Jury thinks this is the real deal, and it's a big moment.
It was a crazy feeling because when I seen it, it was like, what is it? I can believe it because in your life, like a restorator, this is a really special moment.
The scans, along with years' worth of other evidence, will be sent to the Vincent van Gogh Foundation. If they decide it's real, it would be one of only 2 full-size Van Gogh paintings discovered in the last 80 years. The last one sold for almost £40 million. Insight Art scanning is just one of a battery of high-tech methods now authenticating art. Mobile apps can be used to track pictures around the world. Artificial intelligence can be used to compare individual brushstrokes. High-frequency scanning can reveal minute imperfections, all an effort to keep ahead of the forgers. Speaking of whom, welcome to David Henty's house. There's a Walter Sickert in the spare room, a Caravaggio at the end of the bed, oh, and a Francis Bacon. And out on the balcony, let's have a look, see what you've got out here.
For these some
Wow.
of my paintings here.
Wow. But none of these are actually real, they're all fake, these pictures.
Well, again, depends who's asking. There's only probably 1 or 2% of the world that can afford a 100 million Picasso. So if you want a Picasso, the way I look at it, this is the nearest you're going to get to it, is a David Henty Picasso.
Before he was exposed by a national newspaper, David sold his forgeries but carefully stopped short of claiming they were definitely the real deal.
When I was forging, I've seen my paintings in the at the art auction catalogues, but I wouldn't like to say which ones because, you know, it gets someone into trouble, not me, because I sold them legally.
Now he's gone straight. His buyers know they're getting a forgery, albeit a lovingly crafted one. And anti-forgery tech is all part of the fun for fakers.
As soon as you come up with a bit of technology, we're looking for a way to get around it, which is what a good forger would do.
According to one former FBI art investigator, the forgery market's worth up to $6 billion. And with skills like David's on display, the art world might want to turn to the latest tech before signing off on that multi-million-pound deal.